a perfectly balanced, syrupy, specialty espresso shot. Achieving this result doesn't happen by accident, and it doesn't rely on luck. It requires following a repeatable, scientific sequence of physical steps. Before we pull a shot, we need to prepare our workspace. You need a heated espresso machine, a burr grinder, a precise digital scale, a timer, and a tamper. Controlling the exact dose of coffee, the yield of liquid, and the time of extraction separates a harsh, bitter cup from true specialty-grade espresso. Step 1 is preparing the machine. Remove the portafilter and run hot water through the group head for exactly 3 seconds. This purge flushes out any rancid coffee oils left over from previous shots, and it stabilizes the brewing temperature to ensure an even extraction. Next, take a microfiber cloth and wipe the inside of the portafilter basket until it is completely clean and thoroughly dry. If you leave the basket wet, the pressurized water will seek out that moisture as a path of least resistance. The water will bypass your coffee grounds entirely, ruining the extraction. Place the clean, dry portafilter onto your scale and zero it out. Then, grind fresh coffee directly into the basket. This diagram shows our target weight zone. For a specialty double shot, you need between 15 and 22 grams of ground coffee. Here, we are aiming for exactly 18 grams. By establishing a dry surface and an exact dose, you eliminate uncontrollable variables before the brewing process even begins. With the exact dose weighed out, settle the coffee grounds evenly across the basket. The bed of coffee must be perfectly flat before you apply any downward pressure. Grip the tamper like a doorknob. Keep your wrist completely straight and your elbow at a 90-degree angle. Press straight down to compress the coffee evenly. This cross-section shows what happens if your tamp is uneven. It causes a defect called channeling. Pressurized water looks for the easiest exit, and it forces its way violently through weak points in the coffee bed, instead of extracting flavor evenly. Avoid the common mistake of tapping the side of the portafilter with your tamper to dislodge loose grounds. Tapping breaks the seal between the compressed coffee and the metal basket, which guarantees channeling will occur. Perfect level compression forces the pressurized water to interact equally with every single coffee particle, extracting the maximum amount of flavor. Lock the portafilter into the group head and immediately start the water and your timer. If you wait, the hot metal will bake the dry coffee grounds and create bitter flavors. Watch the extraction closely. It should begin as slow, dark drops that quickly coalesce into a single, steady, thick stream. This graphic tracks our final metrics, time and yield. For a specialty shot, we need a liquid volume between 30 and 45 milliliters. Cut the water the exact millisecond the scale registers your target yield, ideally within a 28 to 33 second window. Look at the freshly pulled shot. You want to see an opaque, hazelnut-colored layer of foam resting on top, known as the crema. Next, knock the spent coffee puck out into a bin and inspect it. If the puck is overly mushy or riddled with pinholes, your tamping technique failed and water channeled through it. Hitting those strict time and yield metrics, backed by a solid, intact puck, provides objective proof that your extraction meets the specialty standard. The final confirmation happens in the cup. A properly executed workflow yields a shot that is naturally sweet, rich, and highly balanced. If your shot ran too fast or too slow and your tamp was level, the grind size is the issue. You will need to adjust the grinder burrs to fix the flow rate. Adjusting your grind size is a process called dialing in. We will cover that in our next tutorial, along with the technique for steaming perfect microfoam. By mastering this strict foundational workflow, you move from simply pushing buttons on a machine to acting as a precision scientist in complete control of the final coffee experience.